pause of all this.
He was going hard, wasn't he? Back in there now in a minute, we'll get another load done.
Hello and welcome to a new video. You will have seen that we got the car good, everything sorted, and now it is practice and qualifying day. We are just on the grid for practice in the Luckyday S15. I'm excited. We changed the gear ratio, went through everything, done the tyre pressures, had to play around with the BCs, and we'll see if everything's okay. People are telling us that our gear ratio will be too long, so the first practice lap might be a waste, but we'll see how it goes. The track is quite long, but because I haven't driven this track before, I'm kind of going off what my wheel speed of Europe would be, and I put it to the same wheel speed that we'd use in like Poland in the stadium, so we'll see. It might be too long, but different driving styles and all that kind of stuff, we'll see if we can make it work. But yeah, we're excited, car is ready. The only thing I'm not happy about is that we had to put these big massive stickers on the car. So obviously Oidc want their branding on the car, but it's very large and it kind of takes away from the look of the car a small bit. They're meant to be a rectangle long ways, not up and down, so hopefully we don't get in trouble for that, but we'll see. We're going to go do a lap. Connor's in a different group, so he'll probably do a bit of spotting for me, and then I'll try to do a bit of spotting for him, just so we can try to get the line dialed and go from there. Excited to see what this machine will do. Yeah, we'll give you an update after practice, and hopefully we'll have no issues. Halfway through our second practice session. On the first practice session, the front of the car was way too soft. We got harder springs from Sebastian Fontaine, so we put them on. That made a big difference, but now because we put a harder spring in the front, we're generating a lot of grip to the back. Well, not so much a lot of grip, but a lot of weight, and we now are squatting away too much in the back, so we're going to have to put a harder spring on the back also to counteract it, but we're going in the right direction, which is good. So we're going to see if we can get one more lap in this session, and then we're straight into qualifying this evening. So to be honest, the practice kind of seems a bit pointless here, because everyone I've talked to, the practice tonight or the qualifying tonight, the track is way grippier and everything. So I don't know what I'm going to do or expect, but you have to just try and see what happens. Practice is done. We had quite a busy day. We got like 5 laps. Practice was from like 9 to 1. Then we had like the whole evening off, and now it's like 6 p.m. and qualifying is going to start. First session of practice, car was too soft. I can't remember if I told you that or not. But yeah, we went and got harder springs for the front of the car. We changed them over. Then we went out for the second session with the harder front springs that made the back of the car a bit softer, basically, because it was transferring the weight a bit more than what it was, basically. So between the second session and qualifying, we've now put harder springs on the rear also. We were fairly hooked up, let's say, for practice with having the car leaning that much, and it was also three-wheeling quite a lot, so it wasn't very comfortable to drive, you could say. Now that the sun has gone out, the track temperature is obviously going to go lower, and that usually means more grip. That's what I've heard around the paddock, so I don't know for myself. This is my first time getting to drive in the night time. We'll see how it goes. We're going to go up a little bit in tyre pressure as well, just to be sure that the car does float around and I can get the clipping point. We'll see how it goes. Car, other than that, feels pretty good. The engine, with the tune that was on the car from the previous driver, the tune wasn't very good. We had a lot of lag and the wastegate setup wasn't perfect and stuff, but Lloyd went through everything. We changed the cam timing because this engine non-VVTi. We run VVTi, so we have this adjustment through the ECU, but with a non-VVTi engine you have to manually turn the cams to like get how you want the power band to work essentially. Power was like coming in very late, having all the power at the limiter, and that's not really how I like to have the car, so we adjusted it as much as we could to get the power down a bit lower. So we now have, I think almost like we gained over 1,000 RPM sooner, like before full boost basically. So that's a big advantage. The second session was a lot better with that. Other than that, not many other changes. We just been playing with tyre pressures. Spring rates are done now. Other than that, we're just going to send it, see what happens. It's very dark. I'm not, like last night we were on the track for the parade and it's hard to know if it's going to be very bright or very not, like bright basically. So we'll see how it goes. We're just going to have to hope for the best. Try watch a couple of people. I think Connor's before us, so going to try watch him. Then he can tell me if the track is grippy or not basically, and then I might know what to do with tyre pressures. Hopefully next time I talk to you we have good news and a good result. So we'll see. Fingers crossed.
Performance. So let's see what Conor Shanahan can do. Only a couple of laps in this car earlier on today, but Conor, a well capable driver. We're very excited to see him here in Oman as he makes his way down. Nice initiation from Shanahan. Look at that, getting that back wheel right out to the line, filling the zone near perfect. Little dab of the brakes now as he comes through inside clip 2, flicks it back, transitions for the first time through inside clip 3. It's a very fast run from Conor Shanahan. Looks like he's driving his own car there. He's so comfortable as he fills that outer zone, making his way through the centre again. One more big snappy transition for Shanahan. Just held the car off the power for a split second there, got it where he needs, and then foot to floor. Such a well capable driver, and of course he's 2-time Drift Masters champion, so
first qualifying run is done. We scored 85 points. My opinion, a little bit harsh. I feel like I've done exactly what needed to be done in most areas except for the initiation and maybe a little bit modulant with the throttle, and maybe that's where the deductions were, but my line and everything felt pretty good, so I'm not too sure. But we were very early in the qualifying, which sometimes the judges are a bit like conservative with the points just in case, but we'll see. I'm probably not going to try to change too much other than just going a bit later initiation and try like have smoother throttle inputs throughout the track. It did get a bit slippier and grippier all in the one time with the sundown basically, so that was hard to fix. We'll see. We found a boost leak also, so the car was a bit laggy and we were wondering as to why, because James has never complained of having lag, and we found pretty big boost leak, but we can't fix it now before the second round of qualifying, so we're going to fix it for tomorrow morning. Jor has a aluminium welder, so we're going to fix that. Yeah, at least that'll be done, that'll be fixed. We have some other ideas also to fix with the back of the car. It's still a bit unsettled, it's still like hopping a little bit too much, so I'm going to just play around with spring rates again, see what we can do. Hopefully get the car to just be planted, because I hate the moving. 85 points first run. Conor had 82 points his first run. He had some issues with the car, steering felt a bit weird. Hopefully we both improve, and it'd be nice to sit in the mid-90s somewhere after the second run. So we'll see which Jack pulls second gear. Either Jack that wants to qualify first, or Jack's just going to do something very stupid. So we'll see what happens. Bye-bye.
he can do, including myself, and we don't have long to wait because Conor leaves the line for his second qualifying run. So we see him coming down. Nice initiation from Shanahan, back wheel perfectly on the outside line. like there's a magnet there, pulling him in as we see him working his way through the centre section, hits the 2 inside clips near perfectly on the front brakes, tucking the nose in, over-rotating the back, trying to get maximum angle through that second outer zone as he makes his way through the centre section again. Little dab of the handbrake settles the car, doing a great job in the borrowed car, should I say, from Conor Shanahan, as he comes through the last 2 inside clips and over the finish line.
Over-rotated in the first corner on my second lap. I can't get a feel for the track because we're still changing stuff with the car, and the track was super patchy that time, and it's weird. Conor came in and his car understeered in the flick, and he said that it was grippy, and then I went out and I flicked, and as I flicked,
No,
as I
we
rotated...
figured out what happened with me.
Okay, well that's... I got bad information,
I thought the handbrake was the shifter for third gear.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Stayed in second?
No, I went like first, second, and went for third, but I was on the handbrake, and then I had to upshift the third late.
Okay.
So we just...
Yeah, so look, either way,
got short on board.
it was just... I got that information, I thought it was going to be a bit grippier basically. And when I flicked, when I left off, for some reason the car just pinged
I don't
around.
think it's the track. Looking wise, in my opinion, the car is doing stuff what it shouldn't do.
Yeah,
So I don't think
we have a lot to figure out for sure, but
you're in the show, that's all that matters.
yeah, exactly, we qualified. We've got a lot more practice tomorrow, there's only 32 cars. We'll have some tandem. We'll actually be able to see if we do need to make the car as fast as I think we need to make it. But I don't think we do. I think we're stressing over a lot of stuff that I don't need to stress about. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We've got like...
And we also had like total of like, I had 2 laps before qualifying.
Yeah, well, I had 4,
four,
like, so
like,
it's not a lot, yeah, but it is what it is. Right now, we are welding the exhaust because it was all cracked. So, not too sure what happened. The welds didn't fail, but the material failed basically. So it's cracking right next to the weld. So, Jur is giving it all a weld up for us now. And we're going to weld that. We also have a crack in the subframe, so we're going to fix that as well. And then other than that, we're going to just go through the setup again. Maybe change some hub angles and all that kind of stuff, and just try to see what we can do basically. Don't know where we finished up. Conor's second run, you still didn't get a score yet?
No, run felt pretty good. Like line wise, I don't think I can do that much more. Or on the initiation, I felt like when I made the mistake that I wasn't going to be able to hold the first corner, but it held on. Let's see what the score is. I think looking wise, going off briefing, it should be a relatively good score, but...
no, it was pretty good. You came in not happy, but to be fair, like it's definitely a 90.
Yeah, but driving the car, you don't like...
You don't know where you are?
Yeah, not even that, it just feels very different, and we need to fix one issue. It's still bouncing quite a lot, so I need to ask Jack for his advice to see how I can stop that. But it's only doing it when I transition to the right. It's like the back, it's like the subframe is bent on that side or something, but we checked the subframe and it's not, so...
Yeah, but that's the side that you're at the measurement change also, no?
Yeah.
So there is something wrong.
There's something wrong there, yeah. But yeah, other than that, quite happy, and as I said, 2 laps of practice. Not a car what's ideal, to be honest. Have to drive around a lot of things, but it's actually, in a way, a little bit fun and a little bit raw, so make the most out of it. No point stressing. You can't win an event in qualifying, and that saying never changes, so another good day and on to tomorrow.
Good morning. Main day here in Oman. Today is a much nicer day for us because the sun hasn't come out yet, so we're going to get a couple of laps where the track is not too warm. So hopefully that means it'll react the same as how it's going to react later on for battles basically. So we're in the lead lane, I think. So we're going to try to get a lead run on second-hand tyres at lower PSI. We adjusted the shocks again, and we'll see how that goes, and hopefully it'll have enough grip. I don't want to experiment too much to get rid of the three-wheeling today, because like, even though the car is three-wheeling, I was pretty comfortable, so I might just leave it to it, and then the next event we'll try fix it like between now and round 2 basically, because we might even be able to get a practice day in like Sohar or something. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. We'll try to get a good lead line, get our head in the game, put on a fresh set, and then jump in the chase lane, see how the car reacts to more movement while we're not able to be as full throttle basically. See how it goes, but we'll see.
So it's day 2, battle day. Looking forward to it. Need to try and get used to chasing again and left and drive. Yesterday was a good day. We managed to top qualifying, which I'm a little bit surprised about because I wasn't happy with the run, but obviously it was enough to manage to just top qualifying. But let's see what happens. So far, everything works. Let's see if I start pushing it more. But yeah, I will have fun. That's the most important thing. I'm looking forward to doing a good few chase runs, and let's see how we get on.
We're now trying to... We just got like regular BCs now, like a single way adjuster. Because these are going to be a lot stiffer than James's specs, because we don't have enough time to play with this, with springs and everything, so I'll put this in and then add some mechanical grip to the car, because right now we're at 0 grip mechanically, and the shock is just different from real. I can't drive this, make my transitions terrible and stuff, so just trying to get it to drive as nice as possible in the time frame we have basically. So this one is nearly back in, this one is back out, so getting there. So because me and Connor have no spotters, we're going to do our best to try to help each other off the screen with the radios. He has another helmet, so he has more of an advantage than me, but at least I'll be able to tell him what needs to happen basically, so he's good to go. His first battle obviously, because he qualified first. Yeah, I'm not too sure how good or bad the guy he's chasing is, to be honest, or he's battling, to be honest, so we'll see how that is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear. Can you hear me, yeah?
Go ahead.
So you had a fairly clean lead. You just fell out of zone 4, or zone 3, zone 4, sorry, just a small little bit. But other than that, it was a fairly solid lead, very consistent, no major decels and stuff, so that was all good. His chase was like aggressive but sloppy, and then like he lost a bit of ground. So like, if you can do the full chase, like car length away and smooth for the whole thing, you'll be sweet. But I'd say you can trust him on initiation, I would imagine, and just try like do an aggressive first and second corner, and then for the last part you can go back to being a car length away.
Okay, copy.
How are you feeling?
A bit nervous. I'm very nervous, to be honest, because practice wasn't very great. We've now got another new setup on the car, so So yeah, I'm quite nervous. We've a new setup on the car again, which is a bit stupid, but to be honest, it couldn't have gotten any worse because I don't like how it drove before, so what I've done isn't going to make it worse in my opinion, so we'll see how it goes. Just want to make it around, do a solid lead. Hope you can hear me because the cars are so loud.
I'm excited for this one. The light goes green, away they go. Shannon the lead, Al Haididi to chase. Let's see, can Jack join his brother Connor in the top 16? Nice initiation from Shanahan, doing a lovely job. Behind him, Al Haididi is right there with him, pushing up on the door. Jack Shanahan with one wheel in the air for that whole corner. And probably the fastest transition I've seen all weekend here at Oidc. But Haitham Al Haididi is not intimidated by the drift masters and Formula Drift driver of Jack Shanahan. Haitham with a lovely transition there, getting right up on Jack's door. This is the battle I expected it to be. Brilliant driving from both guys as they come through the last transition, bringing it over the line. There we go.
So we are through to the top 16. Quite a tough battle, to be honest. Al Haididi, I think is his name. He actually done a very, very solid lead run, and his chase was pretty smooth also. So we did have to push a little bit, but we're still struggling with the bouncing in the car. I'm not too sure how clear that's going to be from the onboards, but the minute you adjust on the handbrake and stuff, the car like does a really weird squat and hop. And to be honest, we're actually not too sure what the issue is, because like I've watched back lots of James' videos, I've talked to James, and like he's not had this much of an issue before with these spring rates and everything, so it's a bit confusing, to be honest. The only thing that's different is the fact that I'm heavier than the other drivers that have drove the car, and I think that might be some of the issue, but I'm not too sure. It's just a bit confusing, it's hard. It makes it unsettled, so you have to be really careful on how you adjust, and having to think about that is just a bit frustrating, but we kind of just have to make do for tonight. Just try to go as far as we can and see how it goes, but it's good. I'm in top 16, Connor's top 16, Tomas in top 16, Alan O'Loughlin, not too sure. I don't know, he had to go back to the pits before his battle, I think, so I don't know if he's okay or not, but yeah, almost all Irish that qualified are in the show, which is great. But yeah, I can't change too much now. This is it now, basically. So all we can do is just keep trying, basically, see what happens. But yeah, we're getting there. Before round 2, we'll have massive changes made, and it should be better. So we'll see how it goes.
At some point that no one will tell me about. I thought I had inside information, but obviously not. Anyways, Shanahan, Craigus, leave the line, Connor the lead, Eggars to chase as they make their way down. Nice early initiation from Connor, getting lovely and wide in that first one, but Eggar Craigus is right there, pushing up on that GTA 6 of Connor Shanahan. These guys would have known each other very well from driving together in Europe, driving the other side of the world now. Connor not even in his own trusty car, but Eggar's doing a great job sticking that BMW right up on Shanahan's door as they make their way into the D-cell zone now. Little dab of the handbrake from Connor as he settles the back end of that GT80 6. My apology. Eggar still doing on. What happened?
You have a 10-minute advantage. He shut down in the last transition for some reason. Other than that, your lead is absolutely mint. He actually gave you a very good chase, to be fair. His formation was good, but his timing and transition was terrible. That's the only thing that was wrong. But other than that, you can't do much more in your lead. I'd say when you're chasing him, give a bit of room. I don't know if he'd even get back to the start line. He may call a 5-minute rule.
Just take it home and we shall go on to the grade 8. What can Eggars do here? Still leave the line. Craigas doing a good job all day, but yeah, that's a nice initiation. Still not sure what happened, why he shut it down. He's not too deep there, but Conor Shanahan's right with him, pushing on the back of that brand new build. Getting up close and personal with Craigas as they come through the second outer zone. Getting lovely and wide. Look at this from Shanahan, just playing with him. Pushing him through the centre section as they transition into the decel zone. Lovely line from the lead driver, but Conor Shanahan is putting on a masterclass in the chase as he transitions through the smoke and over the line. That was such a cool shot. Brilliant run from. But Jack Shanahan on form here this weekend. So let's see, can he keep that momentum going as he leaves the line, banging through the gears up the straight, throwing it in. Nice initiation, Buckeyes. Shanahan there, right out wide on the line, but Hussein is right there with him. Shanahan now doing the signature, lifting a wheel all the way through that section as he transitions nice and wide. Hussein still there with him, maybe dropping back just a small bit, getting a little bit lost in the smoke, but Shanahan doing a great job through outer zone 2 as he makes his way through the centre section as well into the decel zone. Nice lead line from Jack Shanahan. Hussein doing whatever he can to stay there, but just not really having the pace to keep the proximity, as we see Hussein get a little bit lost in the smoke, pick up a cone there at the last inside clip. We see the thumbs up to the drivers. Our start line marshal sets the light, it goes green. Shanahan lead, Khalifa in the chase. Here we go. Grade 8 is begun as we see Shanahan with a lovely initiation, but look at young Khalifa, he's right there with him. He knows he can trust Conor Shanahan, that he can push hard through that first zone, get right up on his door as they transition now for the first time, hitting that first inner clip, making their way around the second corner, pushing wide outer zone 2. Shanahan not deep in that zone at all, but Khalifa Al-Fahasi is right there with him, flicking back into the decel zone. Lovely line by Shanahan, but Khalifa is right there with him, pushing hard up against Conor Shanahan as they transition for the last time and over the finish line. Khalifa to lead, Shanahan to chase, make their way down the straight. Nice initiation from Khalifa, big snap to angle, but is it too much? He does well to hold it. Shanahan doing a great job there not to make contact as they come through the first section. Nice transition from both guys, very fast, very fluid as they make their way around the second outer zone. Khalifa similar to Shanahan, his lead run, not too deep in that zone. Come in now to transition into the decel zone. Nice transition, and Khalifa just washed a little bit too wide. Maybe 2 seconds too late coming on the power. Conor doing a great job not to make contact as they come over the finish line.
We are one battle in the top 8. Conor is into the top 4 after his battle. And now there's a downtime break because there's a Red Bull drift show happening. With a plane, a Red Bull show plane is going to land here on the track. So I can't see where the plane is. I don't know how far away he is, but the guys are lined up. There's 4 Red Bull cars, so it's going to be pretty cool. But yeah, this should be a bit interesting. A bit different in the middle of a drift event, but bit of crack, I suppose.
Mashallah, for the first time. That is drifting plane. Drifting plane in Oidc by Red Bull. Plane.
such a talented driver. He'd definitely be able to handle it. But let's see what Kevin can do in the chase here as they make their way down the straight. Nice initiation from Shanahan. Kevin there tucked right in, a little bit shallow on the inside. Has to go on the front brakes. Now there he is, right on Shanahan's front wheel as they transition so fast through the first zone. And watch this, look at this from Kevin. He's nearly mirroring what Shanahan did, pushing him around the corner through the centre section as they enter the decel zone. Now a little dab of the handbrake from Shanahan just to scrub a small bit of speed, but Kevin Visconti's right there with him, pushing Shanahan.
So we're in top 4, me, Connor and Tomas. It's fucking class. I don't really know what's happening. I'm just like driving the shit out of it and hoping that it's going to do what I wanted to do. So it's working. It still feels a little bit unsettled, but every lap we're trying to get more and more comfortable, but it's working. I think we either have the Ham or El Harry next, and they're both very good, so I don't know what we're going to do. If we should go faster, it's not really an option now, so I don't know, we'll see. Let's just keep doing what we're doing and see how it goes. I'm going to watch the battle, but hopefully I'll battle Connor in the final. That'll be sick. Very good.
What's going to happen on the second half of this battle? Connor knows Jack was close all the way around, so he's going to have to stick it on his door from the start. Jack Shanahan just needs to put the lead line of his life in to see who's going to the third step in the podium. This is it. The Shanahans are off for the second time, throwing it in big, backwards entry in from Jack. But look at Connor, he's right there with him, pushing his big brother around that first corner as they do a snappy transition. I could watch that all day long from the Shanahans. Look at Connor Shanahan putting a masterclass in the chase position. Jack on a phenomenal lead line round. Contact there as they're coming up towards the decel zone. But both guys stay in it. Full commitment. They want to settle by the judges, pushing each other to the limits around the last corner and over the line. Man, I could watch Jack and Connor drift together all day long. Absolutely epic driving from both Shanahans.
So last night, we ended up at the podium at Oidc round 1. And today is Lloyd's birthday, big man Lloyd. So we got him a trophy last night, that was his first present. And now we're cake testing. To get him a cake. We know he likes tiramisu, we're not too sure if he likes Kinder. All I know is that I would eat both of these, because they're class. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. We need to decide which cake we're going to get him, and then we're going to go and
Have a party.
have a party for Lloyd. But we would have walked through first, so he must do that, and then didn't have a party. But yeah, we'll try to get all the drivers that know him to come down. We'll put the birthday party in the vlog. If it was your birthday, what would you prefer? You can put it below. Would you prefer a tiramisu or a Kinder chocolate? The tiramisu is a fucking 10 out of 10, I must say. The Kinder is also 10 out of 10, even though it won't matter. But what would you like for your birthday, basically? Third place last night, pretty good night, considering. Third and fourth place battle with Connor was absolutely hectic. Connor feels like he did enough to win. I feel like I did enough to win. To be honest, a one more time would have been a better decider, I think. But I was talking to Kieran this morning, and he was saying that Connor dropped a wheel in his chase, something on initiation, and I think that's where the difference was. But either way, we had good fun doing it, and we hope you enjoyed the show. Car is still not exactly how I want it, so we're going to have to try to do some changes before round 2, and hopefully we can get the top step, because my top 4 battle with the Ham on my lead was fairly good. On the chase, I think I just initiated a little bit too hard and braked too hard, and I'm not used to the brakes being so good on the front. I think it just made me pivot and over-rotate, basically. I thought he slowed down, but watching it back, it was just a mistake on my behalf, so unlucky, because I'd have been fairly happy to get to the final with Tomas, but it is what it is. We've got another 2 events to try rein back the championship and see how it goes, but we're definitely off to a good start, and better than what we thought it would be yesterday morning, so yeah. We're going to get some cake, have a bit of a party for Lloyd, and get everything back in the container, and then we'll round out the video. But a good night. Car is back in the container, all the bits and pieces that we have, all back, ready to be locked in. I must say, having one car, one toolbox, one amount of wheels, and not a whole pile of spares, it's actually really, really easy to deal with. Usually we're used to doing this and multiply by 3, so this is fairly ideal. Literally 2-3 people and you've everything done very, very quickly. So all done and ready to relax now. Just noticed that the front bumper is hanging off, so I need to go through the panels and get that sorted, but the body kit was fairly rough anyway. We just need to do some patch up, a few screws and plates and stuff, and it'll be fine. But yeah, all done, ready for the day ahead. All good, mate?
Yeah. Fucking stuff around for the kill switch was stuff in case the roof from him and
Oh,
fell
yes.
across like wires in there.
Nice drink down the boat the window.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lloyd. Happy birthday to you.
So that's a wrap. Round 1 of the Oidc Championship is done. It's currently Sunday. We just came back to the track as Jack was making some changes on his car just to try and make it a little bit better. We had Lloyd's little birthday party yesterday, so a big happy birthday to Lloyd. Lloyd has been a huge help for both of us this year, and I'm sure he's going to play a huge part in our team going forward, so happy birthday to you, Lloyd. Yeah, quite a good race for both of us, I think. Of course, we always want more. That's normal, that's natural, I think. For me, it was a little bit quite good, because obviously I wasn't really expecting that much in the car. The car was kind of really challenging to drive, and of course getting back and left-hand drive, it was kind of more just getting comfortable to, you know, start pushing as much as I could. Push a little bit too hard with Tomas in the semi-final, made some contact, made Tomas drop 2 wheels. I think that was the deciding factor of that battle, but overall it was still quite a close and good battle. So, and then obviously the third and fourth battle was really enjoyable with Jack. We pushed really hard, put on a good show. I think it was cool that for the first race we got to show that, because it was quite a busy race, and I think everybody here was a little bit like, wow, in my opinion that was the final. We, I think, sold the show. Even the drivers, everybody was really happy to watch that, so it's cool to see. No matter what cars we're driving, we can still deliver really good battle, and of course next time we want to make sure that it's in the final, not in the semi-final. 3 races here, so next race is a really important race if you want to try fight for a championship, both of us, at the last round, and of course they keep things interesting. So for me, and I'm sure it's the same for Jack, I'll be pushing as hard as I can to get on top of the box at the next round. And yeah, thank you to everybody who makes it happen. We do a little bit of testing on Tuesday. I'm not sure if I will test, but I'll take the S15 for a spin with Jack, just to try and understand, as sometimes 2 opinions is better than 1, as I can see myself that the car is not 100% perfect, and it would be nice to get that a little bit better before the next round. So looking forward to giving that a spin, and yeah, thanks to you guys for watching as always, and hopefully we can keep banging out the videos over the next couple of weeks while we're on this Oman adventure. And yeah, thanks to the boys, Lloyd, Podge, Rob was also here, everybody helping. See you guys at the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all the stuff that you're good at doing, and thanks for supporting.